Hello. This is episode 0 or 000 or 00 or 00, whatever I decide on, however many zeros. This is technically not the first episode. I mean, it is the first episode, but I'm counting it as 0 so that I can have 1,000 total or 10,000 total or 100 total. Instead of going up to 999 or something, I'm including 0, so it'll go all the way up. Just look in the lens, man. So, basically the series is just going to be me talking about random stuff. The idea was, basically, I rant so much to myself about stuff. I talk to myself so much about stuff. Just like all the time. Anything, at all. And I realized it would actually be pretty good to put it online. I thought, you'd, if this is interesting to anybody, thought-provoking, anything I say, there might be anything like that. Because there are some opinions I hold strongly. There are some random things I think of. There are things I just want to talk about, things I find interesting. So that's basically what this is going to be about. Just me talking about whatever. So I don't know if I already said all that in the hello bitview thing. This is episode 000 of talking or whatever I'm going to call it. I think I'm just going to call it talking because I don't really need a special name unless somebody comes up with something good. Then I'll do that. So let me know. Then I'll credit you and everything for coming up with the title of the series. Oh, why is that there? He left the ball under the table. My friends were over today. Because it's Saturday. My bedtime is in 20 minutes, so I gotta keep this relatively short. And there's not a whole lot to say about this anyway. I still have to edit it and put it up. I could probably put it up tomorrow. So I already said in the first episode, right, I'm going to limit myself to 1 video a day on this channel. We did record a video earlier, but for this series and stuff, I'm going to limit it to 1 video a day. And actually, you know what? I might not even put this series on YouTube. I'm not sure. Because I realize it might be kind of annoying to do that. Or I could and just add something in the description. This is what I'm talking about, okay? I just rant about random stuff, and it really helps. I mean, it doesn't help me think more to be in front of the camera, because now I have to think slightly harder about what I'm saying. But generally, it's relatively coherent, so it's not super difficult. If you can tell, I'm not thinking real hard before I say something and putting cuts at the beginning of every sentence or of every word or something like that, By the way, here's the ball. This is also a marker in the timeline. That's actually why I'm doing it. This is the ball, but also I'm marking it in the timeline so I can see it easily when I'm editing. Just zzz, right up to there. There it is, and then I can add the little effect that I hope I did add. Because I think it's not going to be more than a few minutes between me recording this and editing this. See, I'm all over the place because I don't really have a specific topic. I'm basically just explaining this stuff. Something you can do, though, is you could leave a comment. Okay? Not just begging for you to comment. I will like that generally. But it's also just useful generally. Because then I have more things to talk about. Because, of course, there are loads of things I can talk about. I don't have that notebook right there. I have this list on a page in my notebook. You know what, I'll just go get it. I can cut out this part. I had it in my backpack in case I wanted to write down any ideas at school. I have all sorts of stuff in here. Where's the list? Did I go too far? Yes. One moment. This is the list so far. Just all this stuff. You can read whatever on there, but I'll talk about that at some point. I'll add any ideas you got to the list. Anything. I don't care. You're not going to embarrass yourself by telling me some idea. And I'm not gonna get fucking pissed at you if you tell me to do something I don't want to do. I'll just say, no, I don't feel like that. Okay. But I probably will talk about it. As long as, you know, as long as it's a decent idea and you're not just like, talk about doo-doo, poop, shit, fart. You know. Side note, who's drawing? It's Jeremy. It's Jeremy. By Pearl Jam, but it's an eye for some reason. I love drawing eyes lately. There's a HSC. This episode is kind of random. Give you a taste of the general idea, except, you know, I'm more all over the place with this. All sorts of interesting stuff to talk about, you know. Hope this, I can show you this easily. I don't really want to show you the other stuff on the page. There's some eyes I drew. Love eyes, man. So, yeah, how long have I been recording? About 6 minutes. Okay. I'm gonna put this up here. And now it's your turn to record. No, it's not. It's my turn to end the video. Is there anything else to say? Let me see. If you're on YouTube, check out bitview. Okay, I'm gonna be telling you that in every single one of these videos because these videos are more made for bitview than anything else. Because YouTube is not for canned content anymore. It's more for, like, let's save that for another video so I don't get it all out and then I can't, you know, because that sometimes happens if I rant about something for like 10 minutes straight. I'm out of juice for, you know, the rest of the day. Or, well, obviously I'm not going to be doing it today, but for a while, you know. That's why I rotate between a million different things to talk about to myself. It helps me understand them deeper, but I think it'd be even better, benefit people who'd thought-provoking sometimes, occasionally, my certain things that I'm interested in, to certain things that I have opinions on, you know. So I hope it can actually be beneficial to certain people, not just entertaining. I hope it is entertaining too. One thing that I forgot to mention in the beginning is yet again I took a shower and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna record later. And I'm not putting on a whole shirt after I just took a shower, so I just put on my flannel shirt. My hair is also a little bit wet, a little bit flat, because that's how it is after a shower. Yeah, I hope that's a decent preview of this series, and decent explanation of what exactly it will be. There's so many things to talk about, you know. I mean, you know, I showed you the notebook, but I can also list off, you know, the issues with YouTube, issues with bitview, because there are some, issues with the school system, issues with drug policy, issues with foreign policy. Not as much foreign policy. I might not do one of those. I don't know if that's on the list or not. I don't think it is. Still, you know, relevant stuff. You know, rants about politics as well. I will be doing that. Like, just straight up, like, complaining, blah, 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 blah. But that's one video in 1,000, so don't go, oh, you're making it all political. I'm not. It's just, like, one of the things I can talk about. Might talk about random things that interest me, like linguistics. Drugs interest me, like the pharmacology of them and also the cultural effects, stuff like that. Yeah, and like Psychonaut Wiki. There are issues with Psychonaut Wiki that need to be fixed. Okay, there is some misinformation on there. Generally, it is pretty reliable, but there's some stuff, you know, it's like, give you a quick example. I can rant about it in more detail in another video. You know, like the article for 2CB, it contradicts itself. It says the average, in one spot, it says the average dose of 2CB is 15 to 25 milligrams. Or, yeah, 15 to 25, I think. In another spot, it says it's like 80 to 90. Like, you're gonna kill somebody if they take your advice, man. Or like it was 80 to 100 or something. Somebody's gonna end up taking like 4 times as much as they mean to, and they're gonna die because of you. I mean, well, you probably wouldn't die from 4 times as much. I don't think the therapeutic index is that low for 2CB. I seriously doubt it. Most psychedelic-related substances do not have... Okay. That's just an area of interest for me. Slow down. That is a good preview of when I'm focused on a particular subject for a video. I have Dan Henschel mannerisms now because I love some of his videos. They're so... It's the leaning forward, forehead forward, making a hand gesture towards the camera, explaining something. Yeah. Okay. Oh, wow, that's a long video, actually. Okay. Yeah, that is all. Goodbye.